What's up, social media world? Today's topic is about relationships and how when people change their lifestyle, the terms of their relationships have to change. And that's one of the major reasons why people will fail to move forward with a different lifestyle is because they maintain the same relationships and the same terms of those relationships. I'm not opposing I'm not opposed to the fact that people can maintain friendships. However, the terms of those relationships have to be different. The same person that you were isn't going to be the same person that you become if you make lifestyle changes. And that means that you're not eating the same things that they are, you're not drinking the same things that they are, you're not maybe engaging in the same social activities as they are. Are you ready to handle that? At our age as an adult, it's harder to switch it up like that on people because you've maintained a relationship with individuals over the last 10 to 15 years based on the activities that you both mutually have been able to agree on. When I started my health journey, I I left a lot of the social aspect of my life back when I started, way back when. So I was able to generate new terms and new conditions years ago. And the friends that I still have understand who I am and respect me for who I am. And it's as easy as they just say, that's Ben. That's just who he is. That's just what he does. At this age, I feel like people are more scared to make that social decision to not go out as much, or if they are going out to eat, to not eat whatever's there, to bring your own food, whatever the case may be. I was doing that at 24. Not to say I'm great or anything. It's just easier. It was easier for me to make that transformation in terms of the lifestyle that I wanted to live, based on the fact that I started so early and I didn't have a care or concern as to what people would feel. I always felt like, why would they not accept it? They're my friends. They're people I hang out with. They're part of my inner circle. Why wouldn't they approve of me doing the things that I do? And it was simply bringing food that I was going to eat to their house if they had a function, or if we went out to eat, or if they went out to drink. I didn't drink, or I didn't eat the food that was served for dinner, or I ate something that maybe wasn't as bad as what other people were eating in terms of quality or lack thereof. It's tough to make that transition in life when you are very social, and it's tough for you to disengage from that environment, especially if you have a wife, husband, kids. It even makes it more difficult. I suggest before people go on a transformation journey that the majority of them need to have a realistic conversation with the people that are close to them in their life and come up with a guideline as to what is the new protocol when I want to eat something that's different from the rest of my family. Or if I don't want to go out and drink, how am I going to be accepted by my friends? And is that something that they're going to support? So many people get into this lifestyle change and they crush it for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, sometimes longer. And then eventually the same obstacles that were in their way to begin with show up again. And most of those obstacles are their environment. And it's not only the environment and the terms of their relationships, and by environment I mean the relationships, because if your environment, and that means your house, is filled with foods that it's easy to cheat, easy to grab something from the pantry, but your significant other isn't eating what you're eating, it's easy to have that stuff around, and then eventually your willpower gives in and eventually you fail. And that's not really changing the terms of your relationships. If you're allowing the same stuff to be in the house, nothing has changed. And it's those conversations that are going to be pivotal. Once you have that in place, where you know what you're going to do in a social situation, you know what you're going to do when your wife or husband asks you to go out to eat, you know what you're going to do when your kids are eating dinner, and what are you eating. It's a family affair and a friend affair. It's more than just you. Or if you're willing to live above the influence and make your decisions and have the same social engagement but without the terms that it used to be. I know it's 5 minutes of me blabbing about the same thing, But honestly, if you're not willing to change the terms of the relationships, it's going to be really, really tough for you to be successful, because you're going to try to fit into this situation that you no longer fit into anymore. You're no longer a part or belong to the same activities that you were doing before you started to make this lifestyle change. And a lifestyle change doesn't have to be this crazy new adoption. It's eliminating bad food from your life. However, if it was that simple, then why isn't everyone being successful? Because it's not just about the food. It's about the birthday parties and the Christmas parties and the Thanksgivings and the weddings and every other thing that comes up every other weekend. Your kids' first, second, third, fourth birthday parties, their friends' birthday parties, your nieces, your nephews, confirmations, baptisms, whatever it is, everything revolves around food. And if you're able to cheat once, it goes into a cheat twice, it goes into a cheat week, and then you are back off. If it was just about the food, then everyone would be thin, and by thin I mean in shape, healthy, living life, not diabetic, whatever the case is, that food is harming them. If it was just the food, we wouldn't have had the problem. It's the relationships and then other things too. However, I really think that having a strong support system and having people who share in your same vision when it comes to eating, it's a lot more easy to be successful when you have someone else in your life that you're living with that eats the same food as you. That it's not a battle every time you guys want to go out to eat, or maybe you just want to eat in and you only go out to eat once a month or once every other month. It's tough, but step one, honestly, I'm starting to believe is get your life in order in terms of the relationships and thinking about how that's going to pan out in a month, 6 months, a year from now, and then start to implement other strategies. Or you can just do everything and hope for the best.